Have you ever wondered why someone suddenly starts missing you the moment you pull back? 1 minute you're there present, available and they treat you like an option, like you don't really matter. 10 boom, the moment you give them space, they start craving your attention. Why does that happen? That's the secret to flipping the script and making someone realize what they lost. It is the hard truth. It's not about being petty or playing games. It's about mastering yourself, embracing distance and letting them feel life without you. In today's video, I'm giving you 7 brutally honest reasons why pulling through makes them come running back. And you're breaking it all down through the lens of stoic wisdom. Get ready, because this will change the way you view relationships and, more importantly, how you see yourself. Alright, let's dive into it. Before we begin, you need to understand something powerful. This video isn't just about them, it is about you. You have far more control over your relationships than you think. It's not just about stepping back and waiting for someone to crawl back to you. It's about owning your decisions, your life, and your worth. You're not pulling through to get attention. You're pulling through to evolve, to give yourself the time, energy, and respect you deserve. Now, I know some of you might feel frustrated. Maybe you were given too much, for too long. Maybe you were always been the one reaching out, fixing things, putting in all the effort. But let me be real with you. Every time you chase someone who doesn't appreciate you, you give away a piece of your power. That ends today. By the end of this video, you're not just going to understand why giving space works, you'll know exactly how to do it in a way that leaves you feeling more confident, stronger, and more in control than ever. It is that thing about stoicism. It's not about ignoring your feelings or pretending you don't care. It's about understanding what's in your control. You can't control how someone else feels. You can't make them see your value immediately. But you can control how much energy you give to people who don't recognize it. And when you stop pouring into others and start focusing on yourself, something powerful happens, they notice. Because through your actions, you're showing them you don't need their validation to feel whole. So, are you ready to step into your power? Let's get into the 7 reasons why come running back once you give them distance. Reason 1. The shock of your growth. Why do people get so comfortable in relationships, friendships, or family dynamics? Because dating heavy got you figured out. They believe you'll always be the same, always available, always there for them. And that's exactly why. When you step back to focus on yourself, it retrails them. It completely throws them off balance. It's like pulling the rug out from under them. Let me give you a scenario. 4 months or even years you've been the dependable one. The one who checks in, makes the plans, fixes the problems. Then suddenly, you stop. You stop texting, stop calling, and instead, you start chasing your goals. You're in the gym, improving your career, spending time with people who actually value you. What do you think happens next? They freak out. Because they didn't see it coming. They thought they knew you. But now you will become someone they don't recognize. That change your growth, it shakes them. It makes them question everything. They start thinking, did I misjudge them? Did I overlook something? That shock becomes a wake-up call. They become curious, even anxious. And that curiosity turns into craving. But it is that twist, you're not doing this to make them miss you. You're doing it for you. This is where most people get it wrong. Growth isn't about proving others wrong. It's about becoming the best version of yourself for yourself. When you focus on your goals, ambitions, and passions, your transformation speaks louder than any words. And it is what happens, they start watching. It's human nature. The people who once took you for granted start lurking, silently watching your globe. By the time they realize what they missed, it's too late. You're already winning. So choose one area of your life and power yourself into it. Whether it's fitness, your career, or a new passion make that your priority. Not to prove anything to them, but because you deserve it. And when they see your progress, they won't be able to look right. But by waiting, you'll be so focused on your journey, their opinion won't even matter. Reason 2. The magnetic pull of self-sufficiency. Let's talk about self-sufficiency because it's one of the most magnetic, powerful traits you can develop. Most people don't realize how rare it is. In a world where so many depend on others for validation, attention, or approval, being self-sufficient makes you stand out in a huge way. Most people are desperate for someone to tell them they matter. But when you don't need that, when you're thriving on your own, it stops people in their tracks. Self-sufficiency doesn't mean shutting people out or pretending you don't care. It means knowing your worth and not needing anyone to validate it. When your confidence, happiness, and success are not dependent on anyone else, you become unstoppable. And people are drawn to that. They gravitate toward those who are secure in themselves. Why? Because it's rare. Everyone is trying to fit in. But when you're comfortable standing alone, you shine in a way that's impossible to ignore. You radiate a quiet, inner strength. It's not loud. It doesn't have to be. It's calm, grounded, and powerful. You're not chasing attention. You're not begging for validation. You're just focused and fulfilled. And that's exactly when people start craving your attention. When they realize you don't need them, that is when the dynamic flips. They go from feeling in control to feeling like they're missing something essential. It's human psychology. People want what they can't have. And when you stop giving crew your energy for free, you become that rare, magnetic force they can't ignore. Let's be real, when you were always available, you go through your power. You were sending the message, I need you to feel good about myself. But the moment you stop doing that, when your actions say, I'm whole with or without you, everything shifts. You're not chasing them anymore. You're chasing your growth, your dreams, your happiness. And that shift is what draws people back in, confidence draws people in. Let's face it, everyone wants to be around someone who knows who they are and stands strong in it. But here's where it gets deeper. When you become truly self-sufficient, you stop being emotionally dependent on anyone else. You're no longer clinging to their every word or waiting for them to make you feel worthy. Instead, you're creating your own worth through your actions, your discipline, and your ability to thrive without needing anyone's constant approval. And that's the game hunger. The moment you stop needing them, they start needing you. Why? Because they see you happy, fulfilled, and moving forward to it or them. That realization scares them. It forces them to confront how much they took you for granted. Now, here on the outside looking in, wondering how you're doing so well on your own. Self-sufficiency teaches you to protect your emotional energy. You stop giving your power away. You become more selective about who you let in. You set boundaries not out of fear, but out of respect for yourself. And that earns you more respect from others too. When you stop being so available, people start to value your presence more. Think about it, when someone is always around, their presence becomes expected. It's easy to overlook what's always there. But when you pull back, when that constant availability disappears, it forces people to reevaluate your worth. They realize just how much of your energy they were receiving. And now that it's gone, they crave it. They don't want to control you, they want to belong in your world again. Because you've proven something rare, you know how to thrive on your own. And that's attractive in the true sense of the word. Now here's what most people don't understand: self-sufficiency isn't isolation. It's strength. It's the quiet power of knowing that while you enjoy being around others, you don't need them to define you. You can walk into a room alone and still feel just as powerful as if you were surrounded by a crowd. That kind of self-assuredness is rare. And it's magnetic. Start small. Take yourself out, go to dinner alone. Take a solo hike. Spend a day doing something just for you. Learn to love your own company. The more time you spend with yourself, the less you chase external validation. The more you invest in yourself, the more others will want to invest in you too. It is the bonus. When they see how well you're doing on your own, they want to be part of that energy. Not because you need them, but because they need you. You're not just surviving, you're thriving. And when you thrive, they finally see your value for what IT is. When you start making decisions without needing their input, IT sparks something in them. They begin to wonder, where did this confidence come from? And more importantly, why didn't I see it before? That curiosity evolves into attraction. And that attraction, IT turns into a craving for your presence. It is where IT gets deeper. When you exude confidence, IT forces others to confront their own insecurities. They can't project their doubts onto you anymore because you're not playing into that dynamic. You're not looking to them for definition. You're showing them who you are. And that kind of self-assuredness creates stability. People crave that kind of energy. Start small, say no without guilt. Speak up when you normally stay silent. The more you practice, the more natural IT becomes. And as you grow into that confidence, you see the dynamic shift. People who once overlooked you will start to crave the version of you they never expected. The confident, empowered, self-defined you. And that version of you, it's unstoppable. Reason 4. The intrigue of unpredictability. Unpredictability is one of the most underrated forms of power in any relationship. When someone can predict your every move, they stop paying attention. Comfort turns into complacency. They assume they know you, so they stop working to keep you. But when you become unpredictable, everything changes. Suddenly, they don't know what to expect. You're not thinking first. You're not always available. You're living your life and they're no longer the center of it. What happens next? They start wondering. Why haven't you texted back yet? Why aren't you initiating anymore? Are you seeing someone else? Or just too focused on yourself now? That uncertainty creates intrigue. And intrigue. IT breeds attraction. You're wired to solve puzzles, and when someone becomes a mystery, we naturally invest more thought, time, and energy into figuring them out. When they can't predict your every move, they have to pay attention. And that makes you infinitely more interesting. But let's be clear, this isn't about playing games. You're not being distant to manipulate. You're just prioritizing yourself. The unpredictability is real because your life is now full focused on your growth, your happiness, your pet. That shift makes your presence more valuable. When your time and attention aren't guaranteed, they start to feel the difference. They realize your effort isn't something they're entitled to, it is something they have to earn. Start by breaking one routine. If you always take first stop. If you're always available, get busy doing you. Make your time valuable again. Let them feel the absence of your constant attention. Because it is the truth. When people can't predict your every move, they crave you more. You're not someone they can easily figure out anymore, and that makes you unforgettable. Reason 5. The realization of what have lost. It is one of life's toughest truths. People often don't realize what they hit until it's gone. It's not that they never cared. It's that they got used to you always being there, showing up, giving, pouring your time and energy into them. They took it for granted. But then you step back. You stop being the constant. You stop showing up like you said to. and slowly, reality hits TRM. They start to feel the weight of your ambitions. The conversations you started. Silent. The plans you initiated. Gone. The attention you give so freely. Missing. And that's when they finally see it you brought more to the table than they ever give you credit for. You were the one holding it all together. And now that you've stepped back, the imbalance becomes clear. At first, they may not react. They might think it's just a phase. But over time, as your presence fades from their daily routine, they begin to feel it. The emotional support, the energy, the loyalty they miss it. They miss you. And here is the twist. By the time they realize what have lost, you've already found something better yourself. You're not waiting for their recognition anymore. You've moved on. You've grown. You've built a stronger version of yourself, one who no longer needs validation, one who is whole all on their own. And when they finally come to their senses, it's not your attention they get it as the lesson. Because losing someone who finally discovered their worth is the kind of loss that lingers, committed, that heavy evil with the two, and that here willing to meet you at the level you're now operating on. You've outgrown the old dynamic, the version of you that accepted less, that overextended yourself just to keep the connection alive. That version is gone, and in its place is someone who values themselves enough to outgrow from anything that doesn't align with their growth. And that's what truly triggers the desire in TRM to come back. They don't just miss you, they miss the opportunity to grow alongside you. They want to be part of the life you're building, the energy you're radiating, and the future you're stepping into. But they also understand, whether consciously or not, that they can just slide back in like nothing's changed. They have to bring more to the table now, more effort, more respect, more consistency, because they see that your life is no longer a space where mediocrity is allowed to exist. So, what does this mean for you? IT means keep going, keep growing, keep focusing on yourself, your dreams, and your peace. Because whether or not they come back, the most important thing is that you have leveled up. And with that growth comes the power to choose who gets access to you and on what terms. People crave the energy of transformation. They want to be part of something exciting, meaningful, and forward-moving. When you embody that, you don't have to chase anyone. They come to you. Not because you asked them to, but because your presence now demands it. And the beauty of it all. You get to decide if they're worthy of joining your journey or just meant to watch from the distance. You've reached a point in your life where you've outgrown the old version of yourself, the one who tolerated less and overextended just to keep a connection alive. This evolution means you've stepped into a space where you value your own growth, and you no longer hold on to relationships that don't align with your journey. The person who would have settled is no longer part of you, and instead, you've become someone who knows their worth and isn't afraid to outgrow from anything that no longer serves their growth. This transformation is what sparks their desire to come back. It's not just that they miss you, it is that they miss the opportunity to grow alongside you. They crave being part of the future you're building, the energy you're radiating, and the life you're creating. However, they understand consciously or subconsciously that they can just slide back into your life as if nothing has changed. They need to bring more to the table, more respect, more consistency, and more effort, because they see that your life has moved beyond mediocrity and will no longer tolerate anything less than what you deserve. So what does this mean for you? Keep moving forward. Keep focusing on your dreams, your inner peace, and your growth. Whether or not they come back, the most important thing is that you've leveled up. And with that growth, you now have the power to choose who gets access to your life and on your terms. People are drawn to transformation. They want to be part of something exciting and meaningful, something that's growing and moving forward. When you embody that energy, you no longer need to chase anyone. They will come to you not because you asked them to, but because your presence remains it. The beauty of it all is this. You get to decide whether here worthy of being part of your journey or if here better off watching from the sidelines. You're no longer interested in the old dynamics where you did all the work. When someone sees you thriving, it causes them to reflect on their own life. They start wondering, what am I doing? How did I miss this side of them? Why aren't I growing like that? It's a cube call. They see you making moves, and they start to feel left behind. That feeling creates a desire in them to be part of your journey. They don't want to miss out on the exciting things happening in your life, and they certainly don't want someone else to come along and appreciate the new version of you before they do. This isn't about making someone feel excluded, it's about you living authentically and fully. You're no longer waiting for anyone to catch up to you. You're moving forward with or without them, and that's exactly what makes them want to come back. They don't want to miss out on the next chapter of your life. They want to be by your side as you continue to grow. But it is the catch they know they have to earn their place. They have to prove that they can support this new version of you, or risk being left behind. Another truth is that when you start living for yourself and focusing on your journey, the people who aren't meant to be part of it will naturally follow you, and that's a good thing. You don't need to carry people who can support your growth or aren't willing to evolve with you. But the right people, those who truly care about you and see your value, will rise to the occasion. They want to be part of your new journey, not to hold you back, but because they see the potential of your future and want to be there to support you every step of the way. Focus on your growth, not because you're trying to prove anything to anyone, but because you deserve a life that excites and fulfills you. Whether that's starting a new hobby, pursuing a passion project, or simply becoming the best version of yourself, make your journey about you. The right people will be naturally drawn to your energy, and the ones who took you for granted will realize what they missed when you start focusing on yourself. You're not only improving your life, but you're showing people that your time and energy are valuable. You're demonstrating that you want to wait around for anyone and that if they want to be part of your life, they need to step up. This kind of self-assurance and growth is incredibly attractive, and it makes people want to come back. Not just to be around you, but to be part of the exciting, evolving version of your life that you're creating. Reason 7. The fear of losing you to someone else. Fear is one of the most powerful motivators in human psychology. When someone realizes they might lose you to someone else, that fear hits hard. They see your absence making space for someone new to come into your life, and that out of you being with someone who recognizes your value in ways they didn't is enough to drive them to act. This fear creates a sense of urgency and desperation they can't ignore. At first, they might shrug it off, thinking you'll come back or it's just a phase. But as time passes, they realize something much more serious is happening. You're not just pulling away, you're evolving, growing, and becoming stronger and more confident. It dawns on them that someone else will notice what they missed. Someone else will see the incredible person you will become, and they may not get another chance. People don't like to admit it, but the idea of being replaced is terrifying, especially when they see you becoming happier, more self-assured, and more independent. They start thinking, what if someone else comes along and treats them better than I did? That thought alone can trigger panic. When this fear of losing you sets in, it often sparks a wave of regret. They regret not valuing you and they hit the chance, and now they feared he lost you for good. That fear doesn't just disappear. It lingers, making them think about you more intensely, comparing themselves to the imaginary person who could step into your life and give you everything they didn't. This caring person is Rui at them. It is Zach. This fear is more than just jealousy. It's about realizing they no longer have the security of knowing you'll always be there. They can't take your presence for granted anymore because there is a real possibility someone else will take their place, and that's a powerful motivator for them to take action. They don't want to lose the chance to be in your life, but they also understand the dynamic has changed. You're no longer waiting for them. You're moving forward. If they want to be part of your future, they need to step up before it's too late. Ads interesting is that the sphere doesn't just motivate TRM to return. IT forces TRM to research their own behavior. They start asking themselves, why didn't I appreciate TRM more? What can I do differently to make sure I don't lose TRM again? This reflection often leads to genuine change because they know if they don't fix what went wrong, they might not get another chance. But remember, this isn't about manipulation. You're not pulling crew to make TRM jealous or to force TRM to fear losing you. You're pulling crew because you're focusing on your own growth and happiness. The fear they feel is a natural consequence of TRM realizing your value. They took you for granted, and now they see what they stand to lose. Keep trying. Don't let the fear of someone else's reaction dictate your path. Focus on building your life, growing, and surrounding yourself with people who appreciate you from the start. If someone fears losing you, it's because they finally see what they should have valued all along. But that doesn't mean you should stop moving forward for their sake. The fear of losing you is a powerful motivator, but it's not the goal. Your growth is about you, not TRM. If they want to step up, IT should be because they genuinely want to be part of your journey, not out of fear. If they don't, well, you're already moving forward, and someone who sees your value from the beginning will be ready to walk that path with you. Here's the bottom line. Distance isn't about playing games. It's about reclaiming your power, your self-worth, and your time. Stoicism teaches us that the only thing we can control is ourselves. When you step back from someone who isn't appreciating you, you're taking control of your life. You're showing TRM and yourself that your value doesn't depend on anyone else's recognition. And trust me, when they see you thriving, they won't be able to stay away. But here's the most important part. You don't need TRM to come back. You were already on by focusing on your growth. Whether they come back or not, you're stronger, smarter, and more empowered than ever before. If this video spoke to you, drop a comment below and tell me about your journey. Are you giving someone distance right now? Have you had someone come back after they realized your worth? I want to hear from you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Thanks for watching.